The Ohio State spring game yesterday had to start with quarterbacks. Will Howard looked good. Remember, this is Chip Kelly's offense now. And remember, you had the transfer of Julian Sayin in there. And I was lurking on Bucknuts the other day, pre-spring game. And there was a lot of talk about whether Julian Sayin, who was, if you're not familiar, the five-star true freshman who enrolled at Bama, then transferred out of Bama, and so he was already 2 schools deep before spring ball began, and he's at Ohio State. A lot of people were wondering, could he make a move? Because he's really talented. He's not going to impress you physically right now when he walks in a room. You know, he's not 6'6", 230 or anything like that. But when the ball gets snapped, it doesn't take too long for you to look and say, who's that kid? It's Julian Sayin. He's really good. Now he's a true freshman. And I ultimately think experience, while it always matters, will matter a metric ton this year, because elsewhere, Ohio State pretty much knows what they have. They know they can win games defensively. They need a good decision maker who is good enough athletically. And that's Will Howard, and he can run as well, a lot of what you didn't see yesterday because it's a spring game. But I'll keep an eye on it. I still am of the opinion that I would make Howard the overwhelming favorite to be the starter there. The rest of this offense, outside the offensive line, is ready-made right now. You got maybe the best 1-2 at running back in the country, or if not, one of the best. Like I said, you got probably a couple of options by the time the season rolls around that could play winning football for you at quarterback. I wonder about the offensive line. I look at it and I think they could add another piece or two. They could absolutely stand to. I wonder if the coaching staff feels the same way. I also wonder if the pieces will be available. Here's the thing. If they have trouble, if that offensive line is not what we want it to be at the beginning of the year, Ohio State, for the first time in a long time, can look at you and say, yeah, we're comfortable playing first to 20. We are comfortable playing first team to 20 wins. Only Iowa talks like that in the Big Ten, and that's mainly because they can't score 20. Ohio State's in a situation right now where they've probably got the best defense in the Big Ten to start the year. And if they don't, they won't be far off from it. And so, like Jim Knowles was talking yesterday, I was listening to some of his post-game press conference, and it's just crazy how much difference one guy can make. At coordinator, how much difference one guy can make in this sport. You want to know why coaches get paid so much money? It's because man to man, that's the kind of impact you can have. Like, they go and hire Knowles, keep recruiting the same kind of guys, keep developing, like they didn't change strength and conditioning, nothing like that changed, and they go from being in the 90s in pass D to being top 3 in pass D. It's Jim Knowles. He's got a good staff around him, but that's what changed, and that's wild. So the defensive tackle depth, unlike some places, is phenomenal at Ohio State. Their only task is keeping all those guys. You look elsewhere, LSU's like crawling through the desert, about to starve to death if they don't dehydrate themselves first, looking anywhere for an oasis or a defensive tackle. And Ohio State's like, yeah, we got like 5 or 6. We're good. Yeah, we're fine. We can stop the run with them. We can get after the quarterback with them. They're really good there. Secondary, unbelievable. And that's before the additions they made, but with the additions especially, unbelievable. Wide receiver is interesting. So Igbuka is a known commodity. Outside of that, I guarantee if I had Ohio State fans at the desk, they would 100% sell me on the potential of all these guys. And they should, because they do. Like Jeremiah Smith, as a true freshman, has the raw physical tools to be one of the best receivers in the country. He's got the raw physical tools to be the best on that team. But he's unproven, as are most true freshmen in spring. I get that. But there's a lot of potential on that team in the wide receiver room that thus far is unproven. And I think that's what the focus for that coaching staff is we think that room should be a strength, and sometimes it can be hard to tell going up against that defense in practice, is it going to be a strength? It should be. Is it going to be a strength? That's kind of what I left Ohio State spring game thinking. They could be the best team in the country. They could win a national championship, even though I know some of you think that's impossible because Ryan Day can't win a national championship. But you know what Meemaw would say about that, so I don't need to remind you the can't versus hasn't quote from Meemaw.